Zdenek Stybar was an incredible World Championship winning cyclocross rider, an integral part of Quick-Step's Classics team for a decade, a Grand Tour stage winner, and by all accounts, a great person above all. While the dream huge classic win may have never materialized, he did always have the talent for it, as evidenced by these 4 wins in Stybar's career. Stybar got his start in cyclocross, a discipline he loved for his whole career, laying out a template that one day will be followed by Wout van Aert and Mathieu van der Poel. Stybar was incredible on the cross circuit, winning 3 world championships, and for our money, his first win was still the best. He was runner-up for 2 years in a row, and was hoping for his fortunes to finally change. And this year, the World Championships were taking place in Tabor, in his home nation of the Czech Republic, where just a few years ago, he was watching his first cross race. Now, he's coming to the World Championships with form, winning 2 World Cup races, now on a freezing day in the Czech Republic. The course is covered in snow and ice, and the riders are layered up. In the front row of the start is Stybar, along with the whole Belgian team. Right now, it's Stybar versus everyone. The race starts, and the battle for the hole shot begins. Everyone aiming to be the first rider to get to the course proper. It's the Belgian squad that takes the first 2 spots, but Stybar is right there in third, unseen by the camera. After the first true technical section, Stybar is now leading the race. No one could come close to his performance. I knew the parkour perfectly. For every corner, I knew exactly what gear I would be riding, and I was ready for every scenario. This made him a bona fide star. It was probably the nicest victory, and it changed my career, of course. Afterwards, everything was somehow easier. When you're world champion, it changes something in your life. Just a few weeks later, on January 24th, he signed with Quick-Step to debut on the road that May. Stybar was immediately a useful rider for Quick-Step, blossoming as the years went on, scoring top 10s at Paris-Roubaix and a stage win at the Vuelta. It was only a matter of time before he started ticking the boxes of winning the smaller classics. And so, in 2015, we come to youngest classic, Strade Bianche. This is a course profile that suits him, and all the dirt roads certainly help. With just 12 kilometers to go, Greg van Avermaet has split the breakaway with an attack on one of the final hills of the day. The only men who can follow are Alejandro Valverde and Zdenek Stybar. They've dropped the other hitters of the day, Fabian Cancellara and Peter Sagan. It will be a three-way battle on the final climb into Siena. Valverde leads the trio onto the slope, Stybar in second place. By all accounts, Valverde is the strongest pure climber here. Van Avermaet attacks first, Valverde trying to catch, but he fades, leaving Stybar to battle back on his own, and he catches him right at the top, and then flies past Van Avermaet in the final corners, a cyclocross-esque attack. He enters the square, celebrating it as the sun glows upon him, the biggest one-day win of Stybar's career. At the top, I knew I had to overtake Greg, and knew that I'd have to be the first to the last corner if I wanted to win. I just had to get in front of him. I did it, and finishing alone in the square is something I'll never forget. But his 2015 season was not over yet. He also took home second at Paris-Roubaix in the group sprint, and there is one more French race on his calendar. The sixth stage of the 2015 Tour de France was hilly, with a final uphill punch to the line, a day targeted by the likes of Van Avermaet, Sagan, and Alexander Kristoff, the strong sprinters. In the last kilometer here, Katusha is in control for Kristoff, who's in third wheel, with Sagan behind him. Stybar is a few more wheels back, trying to both finish well and keep an eye on teammate and yellow jersey holder Tony Martin. This would be easier if Martin didn't overlap and bump the back wheel of Europcar's Brian Coquard. This caused Martin to swerve, causing a chain reaction of a crash that took out some overall favorites, but not Stybar or the sprinters. Stybar decides to take the initiative and attacks, and the rest of the remaining peloton is happy to look at the favorite Peter Sagan to chase, but it wouldn't even matter. Stybar is storming away here, his 1 minute power coming in clutch at the perfect time. He looks over his shoulder again and again and again, and now he can celebrate. No one will be able to bridge the gap as he notches an iconic win in his palmarès. It feels really great. I think everyone who's participating here in France, they wish to win a stage. It was my big dream. I thought I would have a good chance on the stage with the cobbles, but I did it today, so I'm really very happy. The 2019 Omloop Het Nieuwsblad is the Tour of Flanders in miniature, but still incredibly difficult. It's also the source of a long-standing drought for Quick-Step, who somehow haven't won here since 2005. Stybar also went through a dry spell last season. While the team scored 73 wins, many due to assists from him, Stybar went winless. He broke that spell this year already and should be in good form today. After a few crashes and attacks, the front contains just 6 men as they climb the Kapelmuur. The real favorite here is Olympic champion Van Avermaet. When we get to the final 3 kilometers, he's had to continuously cover attacks, and he's just closed a dangerous one by Tim Wellens. The exact second Wellens is back in the group, Stybar attacks, and Van Avermaet looks around for help. He's not getting any. This was a picture-perfect move for Stybar, utilizing his racecraft and his strength at this sort of effort to immediately gain a significant gap, one that was insurmountable by the chasers. He storms to another great one-day win, with plenty of time to celebrate. I am very happy that I could win here, for the team, but also for me. I was close to a victory like this last year, and I'm happy to finally finish it off. When Stybar retired in January of 2024, with one final race at the Cyclocross World Championships in the Czech Republic, it was a perfect moment. I couldn't have asked for a better farewell. My career started and now ends here.